Warrior Nation, welcome back to the Warrior Wrap-Up once again. I'm your proud host, as always, Sam Eglowitz. I'm here today with a man who made quite an impact on the December 4th anniversary show, the 14-year anniversary show here at Warriors Wrestling. Mike Datello, nice to see you again, man.
How are you doing, Sam?
Doing very good. Thank you for being here.
Happy to be here.
So we saw you on December 4th in not one but two matches, right? You had a pre-show match. There's a crop of guys that have kind of been appearing a lot and making a good impact on the pre-show, and that's you, Danny Storm, Jaden W, and Matt Anarchy.
Thank you.
You guys have been on quite a few pre-shows, looking good, kind of top of the training class. So what I'm wondering is, let's talk about the pre-show match first. We got to save the Battle Royal. That's a big conversation, so we'll save that for after. So as for the tag team match, you teamed up with Danny Storm up against Matt Anarchy and Jaden W. It's the second time that we've seen you and Danny team up together. So what has it been like teaming with him so far?
It's been a lot of fun. Me and Danny get along really well. Joe put us in a match together at practice once, and both realized how much respect we got, and we decided to come together. And it's been a good time. We learned a lot from each other.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome to hear. He actually said the exact same thing, that you guys were putting the match together on a training day, and that Joe Bellini was impressed with your guys' fire that you brought out of each other. So you guys didn't pick up the win in that tag match, but the opposing team, Matt Anarchy and Jaden W, are also a couple of guys who are kind of cream of the crop when it comes to the training class. Also guys who've been teaming up, a couple times on the pre-shows. So how did you feel about not picking up the win, and what do you think about Matt and Jaden?
Not picking up the win was tough, Nobody likes to lose. But at the end of the day, when you lose, you pick yourself back up and you just chase after that W. But I think Matt and Jaden W are good guys. I think they got a lot of potential for the future. I think they just got to stick with it like me and Daniel, and big things will be happening for them.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Because you four really are kind of this crop of guys that are rising right now. And it's awesome to hear that there's mutual respect between all of you. That's really cool to hear. So, pre-show tag match aside, later that night, the Battle Royal, you guys made quite an impact, the four of you, and in particular you and Danny. So before we get to what happened later in the Battle Royal, what was it like to be in there, A, with so many people in the ring at once, and B, to have a mix of newer guys, trainees having their first match, as well as legends and veterans here at Warriors? What were those two things like for you being in there?
Being in there with veterans was a cool experience. It was nice. It was fun. They hit hard though. That's for sure. Nasir's a pretty tough guy. Tony Rivera is a pretty tough guy. All tough men. But at the end of the day, me and Danny made it final two, and Danny ended up picking up the victory. But
before we get to that, I have one more question about something that happened before that.
Okay.
So I asked Danny the same thing, so I'm curious to hear what you have to say. There was a really interesting moment to me in the Battle Royal where it came down to the final six, and there was this kind of line drawn in the sand, right? Like a battle line. And on one side was yourself, Danny Storm, and Matt Anarchy, three of the guys that are part of that younger crop that's really shining right now. And then on the other side, Rivera, Abdul Nasir, Scotty Priest, three veterans and legends that have been here for quite a long time at Warriors. So what was that like for you, the moment that you realized that it was this 3-on-3 situation, when you saw that line in the sand? What was that realization like for you?
It was I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a little bit intimidating at first, All three of those men combined have a lot of statistics and a lot of achievements here at Warriors Wrestling.
Yes.
But I knew that me, Danny, and Matt Anarchy weren't going to let them shut us out, and we were going to put up a fight regardless of what happened in the end. And that's really it. Yeah, I mean, we were going to come hard, or we were going to go home hurting.
Hell yeah. I think I would venture to say that you probably did both, because you did indeed come with a tremendous amount of fight, and you also, I would imagine, being in the ring with that many people, especially those hard-hitting vets, went home hurting that night. So final two, it came down to you and Danny Storm, and there was another really interesting moment to me when you collectively, the two of you, eliminated Abdul Nasir, and there was a moment where you were both on the apron, and you had both gone over the top, so you were both on the apron, and in that moment, either one of you could have easily taken a little quick cheap shot, but instead, tell us what happened instead, and what was behind that. Why did that happen?
As you saw, me and Danny, we both drawed. We both came to the realization that it was just us two. But then, out of pure respect for one another, we were gonna give each other the courtesy to get to the ring, fight it off like men, like brothers, and that's what we did. And Danny came up with the victory.
Hell yeah! You guys, I got so excited when it came down to you guys, the final two, because I really like seeing young guys, trainees, rookies, kind of step up and take that spot. And one of you guys was going to do it, and I would venture to say that even by getting that far in a match with Abdul Nasir in it, with Scotty Priest in it, with that many guys in it, that you made quite a statement. So Danny Storm did pick up the win. What was it like to, because you've mentioned, and he's mentioned as well, that you guys have this respect for each other, right, that you've developed throughout your time in training. So what was it like to stand across the ring? You called him your brother just now. What was it like to stand across the ring with someone you have so much respect for and to know that it was going to be one of you guys?
It was a good feeling, but it was honestly tough because, you're gonna hurt somebody. You gotta hurt somebody you care about. I had to throw some blows. Danny hit me with a good few ones. I hit him with a good few ones, but I'm not gonna lie, it was a little heartbreaking, when he eliminated me. But at the end of the day, I respect Danny, and my respect only grew for him more.
Hell yeah! So. I think a lot of people's respect for you grew too, not only because you made it so far in the match, but I see a lot of young guys, and not just in wrestling, just kind of in a lot of different avenues in life, wanting to take shortcuts, you know what I mean, to make everything happen immediately. And you didn't react like that at all. You went back in the ring after you got eliminated and Danny was celebrating, and you shook his hand and you guys hugged and you exchanged some words to each other. So that respect must run really deep for you to have done that.
Yeah, I care about Danny. When Danny came here, I didn't really have anybody. It was just me training. I'm not the most outgoing cat, but me and Danny, we took to one another, and we got along really well. And when it comes to in-ring stuff, we're only gonna get better. And when it comes to building a bond and a friendship and being a team, it's only gonna get better.
Hell yeah, man! That's awesome to hear. So I don't know what's next for you. I don't know what's next for Danny, but I would venture to say that you earned quite a bit of respect from people in the back, from the Warrior Nation, from everyone else in that ring, from me that night for your incredible performance. And Danny, I could say the same as well. Is there anything else you want to say before I get you out of here today? Anything else to get off your chest?
We're coming. We're on the rise. Don't sleep on us. I said that last time. Don't sleep on us.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Datello.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you.